Oh. Oh, God. Sorry. Oh, did something happen? Interview with a Vampire, released in 1994 and is directed by Neil Jordan, who's won an Academy Award for Best Original Screenplay for The Crying Game, so that's cool. And this film stars Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise, Stephen Rea, Antonio Banderas, Kirsten Dunst, and Christian Slater. And this film comes as a recommendation from one of my subscribers, one of my fans, Tiffany Crump. Thank you very much. You recommended this a while ago, so I do apologize that I'm just now getting around to it. That being said, let's get into this. In the late 1700s, Louis de Pointe-du-Lac has just lost his wife and child. So he roams the streets wanting, begging, pleading for death, until one night Tom Cruise sweeps in and grants it to him. But this is a different kind of death. Death of the mortal body and rebirth to the immortal soul. He's a vampire. So now Louis roams the streets at night with Tom Cruise, trying to figure out what it means exactly to be a vampire. What it means to drink blood. What it means to make your first kill. This film is boring. And I apologize, Tiffany, if you really like this film, awesome. Good for you. Actually, a lot of people love this film. My wife included. She's actually the one that introduced me to this film. I hadn't seen this in several years. I've seen it a couple of times, but in terms of trying to remember exactly what happens in this film, I couldn't tell you. And after watching it again, God, I've almost completely forgotten as well. Now, I am going to preface this review saying that I did watch this film when I was in bed sick the last couple of weeks, so I already was not in a good mood, not feeling well, and now I'm watching this film where I see a lot of just blood gushing out of wrists and necks and just a lot of long talking about things and metaphors and philosophies. I was just like, I want something else here. Sorry, this is not the best film to watch while you're sick. Because my take on it, this is just a bunch of people walking around and moping. Maybe not a bunch of people, definitely Brad Pitt. I'm so devilishly handsome, and I'm so sad now that I am dead, and now I have to kill and drink blood. Dude, come on. Shut the fuck up. There's a struggle with him because he's trying to do the noble thing and not kill anyone, just live off the blood of rats and insects. I don't know, maybe it's because I've seen that story played out so many times of a vampire trying to resist the urge to be full vampire, that watching that storyline in this interpretation, in this story, it's just downright boring. These vampires don't sparkle, though. I'll give the film that. The positives of this film, though, I do commend this film on its bravery of presenting a very homoerotic tale here, and having two heartthrob megastars at that time be in those characters. Tom Cruise, who was seen as, you know, the big badass boy at the time, and then Brad Pitt, an up-and-comer at the time, sexy as all hell. And here they are, breathing, getting close on each other, just inches, centimeters apart from kissing. I don't recall that ever happening in a mainstream film before, where these two A-list actors are put into this homoerotic tale. And it makes sense for the world of vampires. Being a vampire can be very seductive, and seduction really knows no type of gender or sexuality. So I do enjoy that take, and it's very shocking to see Tom Cruise in a role like that. But past that, this dialogue is just so overly traumatic. And I think this is where my mood and my health at that time is coming into play, because this film is a romantic film. It's a gothic romantic horror. So there's elevated speech, there's romantic poetry. I just was not in the mood for it. And I'll tell you what else I was not in the mood for. Kirsten Dunst as a child. I am not a big Kirsten Dunst fan as an adult. As a child, my God, it is almost unwatchable. Again, I was sick, I had a fever, a really bad cold, maybe I just couldn't take it. No, that's how I felt when I originally saw this film. I think that's just me in general. It's very hard to impress me when you're a child actor, because I always feel like they're performing, and with Kirsten Dunst, absolutely, 100%, you are trying way too hard. And to see talents like Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt and Antonio Banderas play off of it, it's just annoying as fuck to me. And plus they turn her character into this whiny little brat. And I get it, she was turned into a vampire when she was very, very young. She's stuck in this child's body for centuries. I get it, it would suck. doesn't make it less annoying. Oh, I just wanted to rip my hair out. And I also forgot, and I was not in the mood for how much blood is in this film. And it's a vampire film, so you'd think, in my mind, yes, I would know that there's gonna be a lot of blood in here. But I just forgot how much. And it's not like gory blood, it's just these little tiny pricks and little like sink droplets coming out of wrists and necks that makes me go, the technical aspects of that, of how they got the blood just to seep out of necks and wrists, was very, very impressive. And I do like the makeup and costuming choices of the vampires. When you're a vampire, you can tell that their skin becomes very, very pale. So pale that you'll see little blue veins kind of sticking here and there all throughout the face and all throughout the body. Would make sense, all the heat from the body is gone. But this whole film is presented around this interview that Brad Pitt is having with Christian Slater, examining Brad Pitt's whole life from his death of being a human and his entire life up till that point of being a vampire. And maybe a slight little spoiler here, there's really no climax. Which I guess is a way of saying, like, well, that just represents life. There really is no big climactic battle. There's no climax to the story. Life just happens and then it's done. Yes, very artistic. And whether it's artistic, whether it's true, it can still be very boring. I'm sorry, but I just find this film drawn out, contrived, just overly dramatic, and some of the performances, like Antonio Banderas, especially Kirsten Dunst, just over the top. So if you do like this film, I am not gonna fault you. I know that I'm in the minority with this, and this is a very different interpretation of vampires that we had seen up until that point. Vampires were seen as monsters, Dracula, I'm going to suck your blood. This is a different interpretation. It's very romantic. It's very homoerotic, examining the seductiveness of becoming a vampire and that lifestyle. It's absolutely commendable, and I do enjoy certain aspects of it. But just with how this film is presented, how it's shot, the pacing of this, it's just one big snooze for me. So I'm gonna give Interview with a Vampire 2 out of 5 Blu-rays. I've had better. Alright everyone, now comes my favorite part in my video where I randomly select which movie I'm gonna be watching next, so let's take a look. Okay, I own this. I have never seen it before. The Great Wall! Ah yes, the movie where the white man comes to make everything right in the Far East. Honestly, I have never seen this movie. I picked this up, it was Black Friday, I believe. It was very, very cheap. And I remember when it was coming out, I was very interested in seeing it. I just know that it was bashed to death by critics. And this is when, at least, I started hearing a lot of uproar about white people being cast in these minority roles, or at least being infused into these minority storylines. I don't know, but personally, if you're a good actor, I don't care what race you are, just give me good acting and a great story. However, I am a white male, so there's a lot of privilege when it comes to me. But I am interested in checking this out and seeing what the whole hubbub is about. Or was about, because I don't think anyone's still talking about this film. I don't know if anyone ever recalls seeing this or what actually happens in this movie. But we'll check it out next time. Again, thank you very much, Tiffany Crumb, for the recommendation of Interview with a Vampire. If any of you have recommendations of films that you want me to review on here, please leave your recommendation below this video, or go to my Facebook page, the Instagram, or my Twitter. Leave your recommendation there, and if I have access to it, I will watch it, review it, and give you a shout out on the channel. And don't forget, we are trying to hit 1,000 subscribers here on Caleb Watches Movies, and if we hit it by the end of 2019, I will watch a film that I am scared to death of watching, Arachnophobia. I will watch it, record myself watching it for you, and do a review on it. So if you want to see me torture myself for your enjoyment, please hit that subscribe button. So everyone, have you seen Interview with a Vampire? What did you think about it? Or if you've never seen it before and you stumbled across it because of this video, please comment below, let me know what you thought about it. So I will see everyone next time with my review of The Great Wall. So in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.